In this lesson, we'll learn about posts and how we can use them to add new content to our blog. Now that we've changed our theme, added our custom header, and changed our background and some widgets to add some additional functionality, I think it's ready to start adding some content to our blog so it's not so sad, something for people to come here and see. And in WordPress, you do that by adding posts to your blog. And one of the quickest ways to do that is to come up here to this kind of admin toolbar and click to add a new post. But let's see how we could do this through our dashboard so we get more familiar with doing things that way. So if we hover over here on our site title and come down here to dashboard, it's going to be right under that store option. You can see our posts, which is we can come and do things like view all of our posts, add new posts, and view different categories and tags and things that we'll learn about later in this course. So I'm going to click on this post link. And if we had any, then we would be able to see the full list of them here. We could do things like sort them by month that we've written them. If we've added categories, we could view them by categories and all kinds of things. Move them to trash, to delete them, and edit them. So let's take a look at how we actually create a new post, which we could do up here to the right. You can click to add a new post, or you could also, in the sidebar, come down here to add new, which I'll just click this button. And it's going to pull up basically kind of a word processor screen. And there's all kinds of editing and formatting options built in here, similar to Microsoft Word. It's all about building our content. And the first thing it's going to let you do is enter a title. So I'm just going to enter kind of a example, stereotypical first post type title, Hello World. And after I click out of that title bar, it's going to generate a permalink. And if I middle mouse click this preview button, it'll show you what this permalink is. This is what this would look like. Basically, all your posts have their own individual little page that they live on permanently. And that permalink is a link that would take you to that individual post's page if you wanted to type it directly in the address bar of your browser. It would take you directly to that post's page. So it'll generate one for you automatically, or you could come in here and edit that if you wanted to say something different. You can edit the last little section of that. But I'm going to press OK to accept the default. And right below here, we have the option to add different kinds of content, pictures, music, things like that, contact form. And then in this white area is where we can actually start to add our content. So if I just started typing in here, you can see it's just like Microsoft Word or any kind of text editor or word processor where you could just type it in and make your formatting options. And on the same screen, if you remember our home screen we saw on our dashboard where we had those different blocks, these are almost like different little widget areas related to our posts that give us different functionality and different changes we can make about our post itself. We can see we have a publish area here where we could save this as a draft. If we didn't want to publish it immediately, we could come in and edit it later. We can change the format our post is using, which we can learn about in a little bit. Add categories, tags, set a featured image, which was some special functionality that our theme added for us. So if we had one that didn't support that, we wouldn't have that here. We have a writing helper, all these little bits of things that can help us write our posts and perform different tasks related to our content. At the bottom here, we have a word count. We can see where we last saved our draft. And one cool thing is this little guy right here with these 4 arrows. If we click this, you can enter distraction-free writing mode. So if you find the interface distracting, this is really, really cool. You can come in here and just start to type things, and it's just you and your content. It can be a lot easier to focus, and you can see if you're kind of idle or just typing or you don't move your mouse, it will hide that interface. Or if you move it around a little bit, it'll bring this back up. You can make different formatting changes, and it's very simplified and easy to use. So you might find this version or this way of writing posts helpful. But I'm going to come down here and exit the full screen or distraction free mode and take us back to this because I like this. It has everything there for us and I feel comfortable working in this. So that's how I'm going to write my posts. The last main thing we can do in this post edit area is you have two different ways to edit your post. You can see we're working out of this visual editor with this visual tab right here. But if I switch to this text option, it's kind of like a text editor. If you're familiar with code, this is kind of a code-based view. So I could make this a block quote, and it's going to add HTML to your content, and you can make kind of customized changes if you know code that way, which is really cool that you have that option. Which I'll switch back to visual. This isn't a coding course, so we won't mess with that at all. But if you do know HTML or something like that, then you might find that really helpful to use to make specific changes to your content. So that's just a very basic overview of our post options editor. So in our next lesson, we're going to continue getting familiar with this, and we're also going to create the first post for our blog.